Hello. This is my second time trying to do this video. I got 1 minute and 56 seconds in, and my mom called me, so I had to answer it. So I accidentally grabbed the garlic. She took me to the store, Costco, and got me a bunch of food, and we split some things, and I accidentally grabbed all the garlic. Yeah, I got garlic. I don't know. She got garlic, and I was like, ooh, let me have this. She offered some. So I think what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna see if I can air fry garlic or something. Somebody made really good garlic once. I wanna cook it so it's really soft. Anyway, yeah. And then maybe I can teach her or cook some for her, impress her. Garlic candies. Anyway, yeah, that's what I did today. I got up and was working, and then I kind of sleeping during the day, and then she came, and got food, and then came back and was working here. I didn't do the video yesterday, I think because it just drug on, and then I kind of I got stunted. Yeah, I've had some road bumps because everything is working differently with this. Just to get there is totally different. But even after I copy out these files, because in order to activate the font on a Mac, I have to go into Adobe. There's all this 6 files in, and in order to I have to hit Option just to be able to see the library to get in there, and then I have to hit Command Shift period just to be able to see the files, and then I have to copy them out, and then I have to rename them by getting to get info, and then after I rename it is when I can double click it and then activate the font. And I have 3,600 and 3,719 of them. Somebody said, somebody on my comments said if I do that too many, it'll slow my computer. My computer has been acting kind of slow. And I even asked ChatGTP, and it said it would too, but I don't know about that ChatGTP. They like to make stuff up. Talking to ChatGTP is exactly like talking to some cooler than thou, kind of narcissistic, cooler than thou, know-it-all kid who tries to pretend that they know everything, but they really have a calculator, a little internet by their side. And then they're kind of lazy, so if they don't know the answer, they'll just make something up. And then sometimes they just say crazy stuff. I asked what animals would go with with an iguana, because you can put a redfoot tortoise with an iguana, because they both need. Speaking of redfoot tortoise, mine's hungry. I'm gonna give him food. Speaking of redfoot tortoise, yeah, and iguanas, you can put them together because they both need, the humidity and stuff and the light. But ChatGTP didn't tell me I should put a redfoot tortoise with an iguana. It said that a good buddy for an iguana would be a chinchilla and and a guinea pig. And I'm like, oh my god, okay, that's funny, haha. And anyway, yeah, I was curious and asked where the name of the Tyler, Texas airport comes from, because I know it's named Pounds Airport. It comes from my dad's brother, because he crashed his plane in World War II, and but the ChatGTP goes, yeah, Pounds Airport was named after a famous businessman from Tyler named Ronaldson Pounds, some dude who never existed. And he did lots of good dealings and business dealings, and so they named it after him. And it's completely made it up. Anyway, no, but a lot of good questions. I was asking him cool sports cars from each decade, and he would name all of them. So that kind of stuff is cool. But anyway, got sidetracked. So, um, I, yeah, but I hit some road bumps because, well, first I was doing it like slow way because I was just doing it one at a time, but that was kind of a good, you have to be careful with it because I, uh, I drug a bunch over, and then I restarted the computer because maybe, yeah, it was kind of acting slowly, and just because I wanted to, it'd been forever, and it's doing all this stuff, I figured I should restart it after installing all these things over and over. So after I restarted the computer, all of the files that were unnamed were gone. Only the files that I had named were there, which was only like 10 or 20% of them. Yeah, I think that was when I had 750 out of like 3,700. And it was just made no sense because I remember they were there. And they weren't, and there was nothing in the little holder folder, which had some. And so that's when maybe I did a video or something. Cleaned my room, I can't remember, but I came back to it like a half hour later. And all of a sudden they were there. And so they just take forever to load. And then so I went to work again. And I forgot about that bizarre thing that happens. And so I was working for like a couple of days. Just this way where I would cut out like 100 or 130 of them to a holder folder, change the name, drag them back in, drag the other in. And then I was like, you know what, let's just make a bunch of holder folders. Just so I know how many there are, you know, how many to go. I was getting curious. And I think I made like 6 or something that were like 150. And then I noticed they were all empty. And then I remembered, oh shit. I should have like written notes, but I've never seen this ever. I remembered that when you restart a computer, you know, if anything changes, those things just disappear, even though you know they're there. And so they're all, I made like a bunch. Maybe it was like 10 of them. They were all just empty. And even my holder was empty. And then the main folder only had the named ones, so I couldn't do any work. I couldn't work because there was nothing to work on. They just disappeared, and so just because I made folders. And then I drug them in. Like they were all there long enough for me to drag them in. And so, yeah, and that was kind of, but I was so nocturnalized that I couldn't get to sleep. And for some reason, didn't really want to deal with the work with the cars because I was laying in bed, and I should have. So I just kind of fucked around on the internet and kind of had insomnia. So then when I got up this morning, I was just waiting. I was like hoping that maybe they would appear or something would appear. Because I clicked on this little clock on top of the folder, and it said like uploading files, and I was like, oh, okay. So if I move it around, even though it was on the downloads folder, it wasn't on the documents. I thought the documents was the only one that connected to the internet. It's on the downloads, but it's saying, so it's like, oh, okay, because I changed them on the folder, it has to like upload to the internet to its backup and then download again, and then I can like edit them then or something, and that never happened. They just disappeared. So this morning, I was not even the unnamed ones were on the main folder. It was all just gone, and all the little ones were empty. And so I was like, fuck. So I just deleted everything from the empty ones, which I shouldn't have done. I deleted all the little folders because they were empty. But then I can't remember what happened. I like smoked a weed bowl or something. And then I looked at the computer, and all of a sudden they were there. And so that means the ones that, oh, maybe I could go into the trash. Oh, I'm going to replace the ones. Oh, well, there you go. I'm going to replace these bitches right now. Put back. Well, there you go. That's fine. It says 10 items could be put back. Oh, no, the folders can't be put back. It's like, why? Why? let's open the folders. At least I know what the fuck I'm looking for, because that was another problem. I was gonna have to be like, well, which ones did I lose? Let's see if we can put them back if you just... Oh, you can't put them back. God. Okay, well, whatever. So there's another weird thing. So, yeah, so I deleted them because I thought that they were gone forever, because I waited all night and then it suddenly appeared. And maybe it appeared because I deleted them. I don't know. But, and so for today, since until my mom came, and then now until I did this video, I was just renaming the videos the old way, where I do the one temp folder and then drag it back and forth. And then once I'm done with that, which will take a long time, there's a lot of videos of these to go. But once I'm done with that, I'll then have to go in and recapture the ones that I lost, that I sent to the trash. But I never deleted the trash because I just got rid of them like this morning. And so I just tried to put them back from the trash and they won't go back. Never seen that. Not the folder or the folders inside. So I have to rely, I can't delete my trash, because when I'm done with the one I'm working on now, I have to look at the trash and see, look at the numbers and see at what chunk of the ones that I need to go copy out of the mother load in that hidden file back into a temp folder, and hopefully it gets there, and then rename those and put them in the big folder and get them all back that way, and then delete these ones from the trash. So at least now I know that if I do anything different, that they'll just disappear. So yeah, I don't want to drag more than 200 out, because maybe they'll just disappear. So just keep doing this. It's super tedious, but I mean, it's not even about activating the fonts. It's about creating this folder where you can see the name and the font, so many in a page. That's how I think. And I think I'm gonna write, or do a YouTube video or call. Definitely let Adobe know that that's definitely a way that they should do it. Why are they making their customers go into some fancy folder to copy out all of the fonts and make us rename them when it takes all that time? When can they do the thing where the AI robot renames it and then spits them out and says, hey, look at your nice map, create a map that you can look at. I think the reason is because they technically they could do it. The reason is because I'm doing it. The reason is people don't think a speed reader mind. They don't think grid. They don't think that way. That the best way. They don't realize the best way to decide what font to use is just to be able to see them all at the same time. What's wrong with that? I'll show what I'm talking about in a couple of days. Hopefully it'll be maybe 2 or 3 more days. It's taken a while. There's a lot of them. Yeah, because I was, I blew a lot of day today with my mom. I think yesterday. No, not yesterday. But yeah, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah, so my brain has been I've been kind of trying to kill time, so I haven't been really listening to as much good stuff. A lot of spiral dynamic stuff, and now I'm listening to some people refute Graham Hancock's Netflix thing. But the book that I got, because I get my credit every 17th, I got Cabeza de Vaca's trip around America in the 1500s, Florida and Texas and California. He was kind of the original, big old book, the original Lewis and Clark. And then I was listening to Francisco de Orellana's book yesterday about his trip down the Amazon in the 1500s. I want to Google Earth what both of those dudes say, as well as Lewis and Clark, because in the Amazon, there were kingdoms that were huge. Like there was one that was 150 miles down the river, and there was another one uh, that took 30 days to get across. And then there was another one that had a reputation that expanded 3,500 miles that people would do pilgrimages to that were lifelong pilgrimages, the Amazon. And so you could actually, that's three huge countries right off the bat that we know of. So I want to Google it. That'd be cool. But anyway, so I'll listen to that book. But yeah, there's a lot of books actually. I'm working on a bunch of children Chokpa books that are free that I got on Audible that I'm finally going to read. And then, oh yeah, the Harry book that I need to listen to give my mom's Kindle back to her. So, but yeah, I've been kind of like actually sitting silent for more than I usually have. So yeah, okay. So I'm going to go back to work here. And now that I know, oh God, now that I know you can't mess around with these files. Oh, that wasted so much time last night. I should have done the work on the car. Because this other cool thing that I'm doing is all these cars, every car I see on YouTube, and think of doing 0 to 60 on this page on my favorites I'm making, on my bookmarks. And then I'm going to write the 0 to 60 on the hood of all these and put them on my collection. I have like hundreds of these in the bathroom, each one different. But I came up with an idea what I'm going to do with my car stereo. It's a 96 Subaru Impreza, and I think I want to get it turboed. Probably get somebody else to do it. I was thinking about doing it myself, but no. But I do want to do the radio myself. But it has this whir to it. It sounds like a race car. It's like, and so I thought that would be cool. I mean, it'd be the ultimate car because it's fast, handles well. If it had like a really nice stereo where you wouldn't even have to listen to that whir, it would just be the nice stereo. And so I want to put the like sound deadening thing in all the doors, and get a really nice stereo. So I was thinking, how do you configure the stereo? It has built-in speakers in the back, which is cool. 2 in the back, behind the back seat, and then 2 in the front doors. And so I think I want to put 2 more in the back doors. So that's 6 speakers, and then 2 like tweeters per speaker. And then they have the the new car radio that they have. That's the big ass screen. So there's a 10.1 inch screen I saw on Amazon that's like $250 that connects with your phone. And I guess it's touchscreen, and then you can get the maybe even comes with the camera where you can look at it as you back up. So I'll feel like I'm in a total luxurious car. And then yeah, just get new speakers, 6 new speakers, because the speakers I have now, like I basically can't listen to music because one of them goes. I think it's the back right one. Maybe it's only one of them, but it goes. But and then because I was watching YouTube videos, this dude had the same car as me. He molded his own holder for a amp to go next to the spare tire. So yeah, I'm gonna put a big ass amp in the spare tire, and then I'm gonna put a subwoofer. This dude had a big old like box subwoofer, but no. I'm too elegant for that. I'm gonna build a subwoofer into the spare wheel well. I think I saw one person do that with like a Golf hatchback, but theirs came way up. Like what I'm talking about is something where your floor is still flat. The only thing that just instead of having, where the wheel is, you have the big ass like thick grate, that could hold weight, so nothing gets crushed. But a big ass crate there where your subwoofer is. That's the ultimate design. And it goes right up into the car, like perfect. Because subwoofers like what this dude had, it was on, what was that, Scotty's Garage? He's like the 5 million subscriber, like mechanic who talks like that. He had like this dude who, like a featured dude, and I mean, I liked his ideas, but why would you, like the subwoofer points the wrong way, right? If you have one that comes out of the bottom, it just points right up at you into the air. Like, yeah, and keep it flat. So I saw this one. I think I got the idea because before that I even saw for like they're expensive, like $550 or something on Amazon. Uh, it was like this new flat looking one, and look, yeah, it was. They didn't say how flat it was. Maybe they did 6 inches. No, they did, but they wrote it wrong. Sometimes they write it wrong. So it said 60 inches, so maybe they meant 6, but it looks 6, and that's about how much you have, right? So you just throw that in there, and it seemed about the same size as a car tire. So you just throw it in there in the box as is, fix it so it doesn't wiggle. Maybe if there's corners, there's holes, you could turn those into like makeshift little cubbies. And and yeah, put the grate on it, and there's your subwoofer. And so six speakers, six tweeters, subwoofer, 10.1 inch screen with the camera, and a camera in the front too, with all the soundproofing. Yeah, I'll take that. And then eventually get it turboed or twin turboed if I can. I don't know. There's a dealership in town that does that stuff for the race cars. They have a race team that goes up Pikes Peak, but my mom has a mechanic, so I'm gonna see if he wants to do it. But that's like in the future. I'm not even gonna drive my car. This is just like a project car, like a restoration type of a deal. Drive it like in the winter when it's snowing and stuff. But yeah. Anyway, that's what I was thinking, laying in bed, thinking about last night. So yeah, I'm gonna get going on naming these suckers, and when I'm all done, man, ooh, I can't wait to see how many different screen capture pages it's gonna be, and how well I can see the fonts when you even put those all in a little screen capture like images, and see how many you can see. Well, you can adjust the size, how many you can see in one, because I want to memorize them all to utilize them all on my site, because there's so many of these I think are so trippy, and I just want to see what they see. I think it'll look really cool on the site. All right, talk to you tomorrow.